Hey, and we're back. Whew, what the hell happened? Uh, Something went wrong. I don't know what happened. Hey everyone. I guess we're back live. My internet just died out of nowhere, right in the middle of the video, and I lost everything I did earlier. That's a big bummer. Okay, where were we? We were talking about this here. We have the 3x3 grid. I'm pretty disappointed that the previous half is now deleted. I have no clue how to get it back. I think it just disappeared. We're not gonna get it back, guys and gals. We're not gonna get it back. This sucks. Okay, well, enough dwelling on the past. I guess I'll just continue. Okay, so thing is, we are doing today, or tonight, sorry, I'll just do a quick recap. Sadly enough, all the details of what I've said before is lost. There's nothing you can do about it at this point. I could repeat everything, but that's going to be a very long video right there, because I was streaming for 30 minutes straight before the problem happened, but I really just lost my entire internet access. I hope no one was disturbed or lost their connection at the same time as I did out there in the world. Uh, really sorry for interrupting everything. It was out of my control. But we're back. Okay, so we are doing a 3x3 grid with three bonus grids, three bonus panels right there. We are also opening some cards at the same time once in a while. Every time we finish a grid, we'll be opening a pack. And we have a Pokemon grid and we have a Yu-Gi-Oh grid. So we're going to finish the Pokemon one. We were already halfway through. And then we'll do the Yu-Gi-Oh one. Basically, tile by tile. First tile is my favorite rarity in this trading card game. And I said the Rainbow Rare. My favorite single card, like the card that I find to be the most interesting to me, the one that I like the most, is the Gold Star Rayquaza. My favorite Pokemon is Rayquaza. So the first row was dominated by the green snake. This tile was about my favorite deck, like the deck that I prefer playing. And I never really played much Pokemon, but I remember playing at some point during Crystal Guardian era. I had a deck in which I used either the Blastoise version of the deck or the Charizard version of the deck. Blastoise was a water deck with Palkia level X back then, and there would be the Blastoise family in there, and the other version was Charizard with Metagross. And then we had the deck that I currently play right now. Since I don't play real life, I play the TCG online version, and it's I haven't played much, but I will play more in the future. So in that time, we'll be playing a little more of the deck that was given for free, which was a Thunder deck. And I might just continue playing Thunders because they're easy to play, they're fun, they're quick, and I like that. We also had a playstyle, and the question about current playstyle would basically just go back to the Thunder because that's all I know. But I don't like playing decks that evolve too much because I find it difficult to get your good monsters out. So that's why I put Electabuzz, because it's a Thunder and it's a easy to play card that was also in the given deck. And so we're back to where we were before I lost my internet connection. We are at my favorite set ever. I was telling you guys about some stories from my childhood about this set and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting. I could repeat myself, and I might do it actually. I don't want to bore you guys if you guys saw the original first half of this stream, which is lost in the void of the internet. But basically, I was telling you guys that this box had amazing artwork. Like, it was a beautiful piece of work right here. Very inspiring, very cool. It had great Pokemon on it. This was also the set in which Dragonite was first introduced as a card. It was a set with Zapdos. It had the fossil Pokemon, which were cool. There was Lapras. A lot of very cool stuff in this set, really. and I just loved it. I had a good time. As a kid, I found this pack at a store nearby my house, and I really, really wanted it. I got it in the end. It's it's the story. And when the internet cut back in the original video, I was talking about a commercial that aired long ago, which featured this set actually in it. And that commercial was very cool. In the future, I might do a stream where I review, commercials from Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh regarding the card games, because some of those commercials are very dope, and it's nice to give credit where credit is due. And so yeah, you guys are caught up now. I'll just go on with the other questions. I'm sorry if I went real fast over these. It's just that I spent 30 minutes going over them originally. I feel like for those of you guys who watched the first half, it's a little bit sad to have to hear it all over again. But if you guys are watching this after it's been uploaded, well, you guys can always just ask questions in the comment section down below and I will gladly answer you guys. Or if you're here live, feel free to ask. I will answer pretty much any question I can answer that is pertaining to card games. So yeah, real happy to be able to help you guys and gals out there. Okay, so let's continue this grid with the set or release that got me into the game. So this is not the fossil set, but the fossil set was my most beloved set. Oh boy, what Pokemon set got me into the game? Whew. I am actually going online and checking the list of sets, and I think the one that got me the most into the game would probably have to be... Ooh, is it Team Rocket? Or is it... Because as a kid, when I was younger, I didn't really have a lot of money, and I collected Yu-Gi-Oh more than Pokemon at first. So the first few sets I missed out on for sure. I got more into the game during the EX era, with EX Ruby and Sapphire, Sandstorm, Team Magma and Aqua. Hidden Legends was something that I really loved. Fire Red and Leaf Green as well. Team Rocket Return and EX Deoxys and Emerald. Oh, those were so good, so good. I think that the set that got me into the game, like the one that got me into like collecting and playing, would have to be probably EX Deoxys. Like, I still have some of that stuff in my collection. Yeah, I'll put an image here for you guys. This set right here, EX Deoxys. It was an amazing set to get into the game. Those are just two of the 4 artworks, but this was an amazing thing. EX Deoxys. I'll try to find a better image, but I do have a piece of... Well, I mean, I have a box. I'm trying to find it online. I can't find it. It's not a booster box. It's like a special edition thing. Yeah, okay, I just found the image. Cool. Okay, so this box right here. Bang. This thing. This cardboard box had 3 booster packs, 2 pop packs, and a premium collector's box, which was this box. I still own the box. I use it as a display stand in my collection displays. So this is pretty cool. But this box, this release, is what got me into the game again. Like, I was collecting already, but I wasn't playing or anything back then. And this is the box that got me into the Pokemon game more than I was before. I just loved the concept of 3 packs of one kind, 2 packs of another one, It's like the tins basically, but it's cardboard and it stores the cards better. It had Rayquaza on it. It was badass, and that was the actual set release that got me into Pokemon again. Well, in the beginning, EX Deoxys, very very cool set right there. It had obviously some very cool Gold Star stuff, like the Latios, the Rayquaza, obviously. There were some very cool cards in there. I remember having quite a few of those old cards. For example, this Ludicolo from EX Deoxys was something I owned when I was younger. I just loved it so much. There was a very badass no, not Rayquaza, but Gyarados, I think. Yeah, this one. Oh, why is the image turned on the side? What the hell's going on? I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. Shoot, doop, doop, doo, doo. I don't know why it's on the side, but yeah, this artwork of Gyarados was the shit back then. Damn straight it was. It had such great stuff in this set. It was a cool one. The EXs back then were beautiful. Let me show you guys an example right here. There we go. Like, they had such a great pattern in the EX era, which started with what did it start with? It didn't start with Fire Red. It started with Magma, right? No, wait, Sapphire, Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah, it started with Ruby and Sapphire. Yes, EX Ruby and Sapphire. The expedition sets had the crystal monsters, and the EX sets brought the EXs out, and those were awesome. They had great foil on them and everything. I loved it. Obviously, before the EX Deoxys, there were quite a few sets that were still amazing, though. Like, I really, really loved Team Rocket Return and Fire Red and Leaf Green, which were just the two sets before this one. So, that's pretty darn nostalgic for me. And, yeah, so let's move on to the next tile, and we'll recycle an image on this one. Copy, paste. Because my personal holy grail of a Pokemon card is the Ghost Star Rayquaza. Yes, that's the card that I want the most for my collection, and I don't have it. Yeah, it's just too expensive, too difficult to get. Oh, I just realized my camera was off. Hello? Camera? Camera? What's going on? Come on, man. Okay, wait up. But yeah, I'll just talk about the Rayquaza stuff at the same time. Okay, there we go. Camera is on. Sweet. But yeah, so the Gold Star Rayquaza was and is still my holy grail that I really want to get. And I don't know when or if I will ever get it, because it's getting more and more expensive every time I look at the price. And a lot of people are collecting it, getting it graded, getting it more expensive and more difficult to get. So, time will tell, but it is the holy grail. If I could find it, it would be my best Pokemon card ever. And that's it. It's not the most expensive for sure, but it is something that I just really, really want. This is what I would consider like the center masterpiece of a Pokemon collection owned by me. Now that concludes the 9 tiles of our 3x3 grid for Pokemon, but we still have 3 bonus ones. I just thought that those would be interesting questions that we could discuss, or that I could, tell you guys about, so you know a little more about me personally. But yeah, so which set brought me back into the game? This is easy because I've mentioned it quite a few times. It's Celestial Storm. I quit the game back in Platinum era for Pokemon, but I came back to collect with Celestial Storm. And when I say Celestial Storm, I'm talking about specifically the Elite Trainer Box, and the Build and Battle Packs. I'm trying to find a good image. I can't, so I guess I'll just put something else like this. There we go. I was a big fan of the Emerald era stuff, and so at the point where I was in life, I really just, felt that if I wanted to get back into the game, I had to relate to something, and the thing that I related to was Rayquaza and the Owen stuff. In Celestial Storm, there is a lot of Owen stuff. You see Blaziken, you see obviously the starters back then, but you also see stuff like Kyogre, Groudon, you see Metagross, I believe, if I remember correctly, stuff like that. So there is a lot of cool stuff out there in this set. And there's also the rainbow guy that you guys can see right here. The Rayquaza GX is in there. It's a great set, and that's the set that got me back into collecting. I'm not playing yet, and I don't buy into every set. I did Celestial Storm, I did Evolutions, I missed out on Generations. I think I only opened like 5 packs of that set. Then I quit for a while again, just to relax, take money again, and I did some Yu-Gi-Oh in the meantime. I came back into Pokemon again for a few more sets to collect, like Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, stuff like that, here and there, but I don't do every set. I just do sets that I find a specific card that I really like, and I just concentrate on that one, and, that's how I got back into the game. Next one, bonus, the best card in my collection. Well, the best card in my collection for Pokemon, I guess it would have to be a card that a friend of mine gave me, or, put into my care, and it's the Mewtwo Gold Star. Let me get you guys a quick picture for online right here. There we go. It's not the one that I own, but it's a photo of a identical copy I found on Google Image. Yes. But yeah, Mewtwo Gold Star is the most expensive Pokemon card that I own. It's basically the best Pokemon card that I have in my collection right now. I have a lot of other cards that I love a lot, but this one is just the one that is the most valuable, most respectable, the best card I have in my Pokemon collection. I am very attached to a lot of other ones. I'm attached to a Evolutions Charizard. I'm attached to a Build-A-Bear Workshop Charmander. I'm attached to a few box toppers that I have. I'm attached to a specific Pikachu that I have. I'm attached to a lot of cards, but this one is the best one that I own. So yeah, for sure, it's gonna be there. Yeah, I can't not include it. It is an awesome one. And the last tile for the Pokemon part is the deck that won me the most events. Well, since I haven't played many events, I haven't played any at all, I'll just put these two again. Yeah, there you go. And that's it. I'll save the Pokemon one. Saved, and that's that. There we go. Pokemon is done. Let's do a pack opening. We have a Chilling Rain pack. For those of you guys who weren't there in the first half, that sadly got, deleted. I don't know why. Internet just stopped. But anyways, enough talking about the past. Let's get with the present. I'll just get rid of the... Oh, wait. The code card is right here for you guys. I guess you guys won't be able to scan it because it's a little blurry, so this will add some spice to the situation. Good luck figuring this one out, guys. But yeah, I'll just remove the code card. There we go. 1, 2, 3 to the front. There should be an energy, which is the fire one. And there we go. Okay, so for those of you guys who weren't there for the first half, what's going on is that we had a first partner pack, which had this and a moon one, well, sun and moon base set. And basically what I did is we're opening one pack. I reviewed the big cards, but that's something you guys will see in the next video where I get more of those. But yeah, We're opening one pack, and then we do the Yu-Gi-Oh one, the Yu-Gi-Oh 3x3 grid. And after that, we open one Yu-Gi-Oh pack, and that'll be that for tonight. So let's get going. I don't know the names of these because it's all blurry. Old Cemetery. Flannery. Agatha. Snorant. Crabrawler. Galarian Slowpoke. Snover. Venipede. We have a reverse rare. Is that a reverse? It looks reverse, but there's like foiling on everything else. I don't know if that's normal. Anyways, we have a reverse rare Impact Energy, which is pretty cool. And we have Zangoose, regular non-foil rare. So I guess our better card today was Impact Energy. It's a pretty cool card. It's an uncommon reverse. We'll take it. We will take it. You know, it's not that bad. It's a cool looking energy. And that is that for Pokemon. Now, on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my main card game. I will have stuff to say. Believe me, you guys might enjoy this. So yeah, let's begin with favorite rarity. Whew. Okay, so a lot of rarities in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, a lot. Just like Pokemon, but a lot of rarities since the beginning, instead of, you know, just lately. And a lot of those are beautiful, okay? Like, you have the Ultra, which is clean, classic. You have the Super, which is just, you know, clean. You have the Secret Rare, which changed the format of foiling through the years, but is still a beautiful rarity. Especially the old ones with the parallel lines. Those were beautiful secret rares. You have more recent stuff like collector rares and starlight rares and platinum rares, and oh my god, so many different kinds. But my favorite rarity would have to be either ghost rare or ultimate rare. Those are what I consider to be the best rarities for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I love textured stuff, and I also love 3D stuff. So cards that have that kind of a foil pattern are very, very interesting to me. Like, I love that. The ultimate rares have degenerated through the years, I find. Like, the older ones had a better foliage from, like, original sets, Dual Monsters to GX to 5Ds. Even Zexal, they had good ultimates, but, like, they stopped, and then they had them only in the OTS packs, and the rarity just flunked. I don't like the new ones that much. Ghost rares are just gorgeous. Not everyone gets to experience them the same way. I have a lot of friends who wear glasses who just don't see the interest in them. And I have a lot of friends without glasses who don't see the interest in them. But I have a lot more friends without glasses. No, I have a lot more friends with glasses that dislike ghost rares than I have friends without glasses that dislike them. A lot, like a huge landslide difference in numbers between people who like them and don't like them. And most people who like them don't have glasses, while most people who don't like them have glasses. So there might be something with the 3D perception of the glare and stuff like that. But, you know, ghost rares are beautiful shit. Like, there's like a 3D effect. You don't see much of the background, but the monster is like almost coming out of the card a bit, depending on, you know, which one. And I just love that. And the newer ones are still good at that style. But the Japanese new versions for ultimates and ghosts, I don't like as much. I like the ultimates Japanese still a little more than the ghost ones. So I guess I'll have to go with ultimate rare as my favorite rarity. Let's just click on ultimate rare Yu-Gi-Oh for our image. There we go. We'll just get this one. This one is a clean ultimate rare. There we go. Black Rose Dragon. I just love the texture on those. Depending on the glare and the angle of the image and stuff like that, you might not see them as well. but they just have such beautiful, beautiful ultimates. I post a lot of pictures of ultimate rares on my Instagram account. If you guys want to go and follow that, just follow the link on the bottom of the screen. I think it's like around where my mouse is at the moment. This brings you guys back to the title screen of my channel, and there's like a banner on top there that will lead you to the Instagram account. Yes. And for those who don't want to do all that, well, search for the Trading Card Frog and be part of the community. A lot of ultimate rares are on there, and I keep posting more and more every now and then. So I hope you guys will enjoy. But yeah, ultimates probably my favorite rarity, and right after would be Ghost. Favorite single or unique card? Whew, this is easy for me. For those of you guys who know me, well, you guys know the answer. But those who don't know me, it's 100%, like, it's not even debatable. It's the Ghost Rare version of Rainbow Neos. Like, that specific rarity on that specific card right here. This thing right here. I've got one in my collection and I love it. The Rainbow Neos Ghost Rare, first edition from Phantom Darkness. Beautiful card. Like, it was my first Ghost Rare, and it's also a monster that is very, very powerful. It was hard to play, but it made it so much cooler when you actually did play it back in the days. The card is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it's gained a little value. It's not up there with the most expensive cards in the game, but it is such a great thing to have, and I love it. So that's my favorite single unique card in a specific rarity and everything. My favorite card in general, like something that I love to play, I guess. I could say Rainbow Neos, but I don't play it much. What card do I like to play? Whew, pardon me, it's getting late here. I like hand traps, and I love Ghost Ogre. I guess I'll have to put Ghost Ogre. So this is the ultimate rare version of Ghost Ogre. That's not necessarily the version I like the most. I like more, I think I like more the secret rare one, actually, from the original release in the Crossroads of Chaos. No, that's not it. No, Crossed Souls. Pardon me. Wow, I got mixed up because I saw Black Rose, which was in Crossroads of Chaos. Yeah, but original release of Ghost Ogre was secret rare in Crossed Souls, and I loved it from that time. I just love the artwork on it. I just love the vibe on it and everything. The mystery behind, does she have a second arm or not? Legends say that this Oni, the ogre right here, pardon me, yawning on camera, that's bad luck. But yeah, the legend says that this Oni, the ogre right here, only has one arm. And it would make sense because they have swords, but they're all on the same side, so they use the opposite arm to release the sword. But they also have this item here, and another thing right there looks like a knife, but those are small length handles. So it's probably just something they pick up with their one arm. So it would work, but there was a second artwork which showed her with two hands, and that just came and messed everything up. But that second artwork right here technically was a American first released. Like, it was released in the TCG before the OCG, and the TCG is not, it's not Japanese themed as much. So I don't think this should be canon, but it became canon that she has two hands. But yeah, anyways, I just liked the mystery. I like the neglect in those eyes, the emotion of not caring. I liked the effect a lot. It was the first hand trap that was able to destroy stuff. Because it wasn't the first hand trap. There were a lot before it, like Effect Veiler and DD Crow and Battle Fader and stuff like that. Oh boy. Wow, I think I am going to sleep well tonight. Pardon me, guys. But yeah, there were Honest and stuff like that as well. A lot of hand traps existed before, but this one was like very generic, very good because it destroyed stuff, and the artwork just spoke to me. So that's probably my favorite card, but not my favorite single card. I don't know if you get the difference between the two, but yeah, it's that's the difference. Favorite singular card that was ever created, and favorite card to, play. Like, favorite card, not the card. So, like, no matter the version, this is my favorite, but this is only in that rarity that this is my favorite, Okay, anyways, favorite deck in the history of the game. Whew, this is a little difficult, but, I'm the traded card Frog. So, obviously, my favorite deck would have to be Frogs, I just love Frogs. Sue me. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh deck ever is... Ooh, this is a cute artwork. I'll use this. Definitely, I'll use this. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh deck ever in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh is not any kind of Frog. Technically, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh deck does not have this bad boy right here. So I probably shouldn't play... Well, I probably shouldn't put this image in there. I'll try to find a better image, but it's the old Turbo with the Substitute deck. Yeah, okay, I found a pretty interesting image. Okay, never mind. I'll just put that image in here instead. There we go. This thing right here. Ronin Totem and Substitute was any other monster. Makes infinite frogs, and there was a spell back then that, depending on the amount of summons and whatever, you could basically deal infinite damage, and that would be a first turn kill deck. And that was awesome. People hated it, and that's probably why it was my favorite thing. I just liked to play cancerous decks back then, and I still do now. And that deck was fun. Like, you would play little creatures, and you would deal so much damage so fast in little increments, and it was insanely cool. I loved the Turbo Frog, Substitute, Cannon thing. It was awesome. Like, I loved it. I can't remember the actual name. Like, Frog FTK. I'm looking at it on Google at the same time. It's just Frog Burn FTK, but it was so insane. Oh, yeah, that's the other card we need. You need Mass Driver. That's it. If you had Mass Driver and Substitute and any other monster, you could basically just win on that turn. And that was insanely easy to do. And it was a fun thing to do for me back then. So, frogs, they get my respect. They get my love. Whew. Pardon me. Yawning again. Jeez, that is bad. Okay. Maybe I should try to do streams a little earlier nowadays. Anyways, current main deck. Well, this is easy because I played recently at a local event. And the deck that I played was Melfi. Here we go. Melfis! Melfis are basically my new frogs. Not the Frog FTK, but like the Toad Frog. Like the Totally Awesome Frog. Totally Awesome Frog was a Paleo Frog deck. It was very control-oriented. And basically, Melfis are the same. You basically just swarm the field with a lot of monsters to try to make monsters that negate stuff, or that switch out with other monsters that interrupt your opponent's plays. And that's basically the difference between Frogs, which were the control that negated, and Paleozoic, which was the control that interrupted. And Melfis do that. And they also have access to Tri-Brigade right now. And Tri-Brigade give them a little bit of attack power, which the Frogs could attain as well, but through different means again. But anyway, so Melfi is my current deck. And at the last local I went to, I got first place undefeated. It wasn't a lot of people, like we were not even 5 people, but I won all of my games undefeated with Melfi's. So I did enjoy my time, and I did enjoy Melfi's quite a lot. It's a cute deck. It's capable of a lot of output, a lot of firepower, and that's all it needs. From these two, you can guess pretty well what kind of a playstyle I prefer. Obviously, it's control. I'm very much I'm oriented on control decks in Yu-Gi-Oh. I like to always have an answer or always at least interrupt something. Maybe it's not gonna be enough to win the game, but I like to make my opponent think before they play. When I played Melfi's, for example, the other day, uh, I was playing against the Prank Kids at some point, and the Prank Kids, they have a lot of floating effect. They have effects that basically just occur when you kill something or when they go to the grave and stuff like that. But because of all the interruptions that I was able to set up and stuff like that, I was able to basically out resource a deck that is built around resource management. So that was interesting. Like they were able to summon like 5 times in one turn, but I was able with 2 cards to basically limit them to only one monster at the end of the turn, and that monster I was able to get rid of on the next turn using my Tri Brigades to make a high attack monster and just beat over it. So control was the main thing, and control is what wins me games. I just like it. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, control, man. When you're in control, you make your opponent think, and when they are thinking, that makes you think. It's like playing a game of chess. Like you want to be in control because if you're not in control, that's when you lose. That's basically how I play my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's not the same as Pokemon because Pokemon I just like to draw, and keep it simple. But Yu-Gi-Oh I want to keep it very, very difficult for my opponent. I want them to think so hard that their next game they're going to be traumatized and they're not going to be able to play well for the round, for the rest of that round. So like if I win game 1, game 2 they will be afraid of my potential because they know that I will be able to do a lot of interruptions and stuff like that. So it's not going to be an easy one for them. Even if I don't win, they're going to be still affected by game 3. So I still have some psychological warfare bonus, I guess. Okay, favorite set. Well, this one is easy. Everyone knows if you've watched any of my videos that I do regarding old school stuff. My favorite set ever is Metal Raiders. This is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh set ever, and probably my favorite card set ever. What the hell is happening? I'm trying to get an image, but I can't. Image, come on. Come on. There we go. Copy image. There we go. Metal Raiders. That's it. This set is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh set, and probably, as I've said, one of my favorite sets of card games ever. This set basically introduced the concept of control in Yu-Gi-Oh! And control is insanely, tied with me. I'm bound to it. Basically, Legend of Blue Eyes was the first set. This was the second set. The first set had monsters with some very simple spells and traps that basically just killed a few cards or boosted stuff. Didn't do much, but it was simple. Metal Raiders introduced traps that allowed control, like 7 Tools of the Bandit, Magic Jammer, Solemn Judgment, Mirror Force. It allowed there were Horn of Heaven, I believe, also was in there. You had a lot of different counter cards that would make your opponent think before they would interact with you. It also included the first hand trap ever, Kuribo. Yeah, Kuribo is actually a hand trap because you would discard it from your hand to avoid some damage. And so that is the first hand trap ever, and also one of the most iconic monsters ever in the game. It also included Summon Skull, which was an awesome card, a Thousand Dragon, with obviously Time Wizard. A lot of very iconic stuff is in there. There's also some burn cards still with a Catapult Turtle. A lot of cool stuff is in there. So definitely very much so my favorite set. I also still have the store promotional poster from that set framed on my wall. I have some sealed packs still and everything. Uh, I'm very much attached to it. Set or release that got me into the game. Well, I mean, it's not Metal Raiders. My first Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game item was actually the starter deck Pegasus. Starter deck Pegasus was my first Yu-Gi-Oh product, and my second one was the starter deck Joey, because I really wanted the polymerization, and I wasn't going to get many packs because my folks didn't believe this was going to last. I've been in the game for like 20 years now, which is insane. But you know, back then my folks thought it was just a phase, you know, like any kind of other game. Back in the days, there were a lot of games, and at some point when you grow older, you just stop playing or collecting them. They thought this would be one of those things, and turns out I'm 20 years in, a lot of money in, and I'm still not quitting, I guess. But yeah, first item ever of Yu-Gi-Oh that was trading cards was the starter deck Pegasus. And obviously, it had very powerful stuff, but it was also very difficult to play when you wanted to win. Like, if you had the good hand, you would be able to win. But it's not that easy. If you didn't have Toon World, the deck is dead. Whew. If you didn't have Toon World, you couldn't do much except just rely on Relinquished. And Relinquished is good, but it's also easily defeatable. Like, opponent could play Fisher, they could play Dark Hole, Raigeki, they could attack over it and stuff like that. It only had one line of defense, then it became an attack 0 monster. So, like, they would Fisher it, then they would just summon a monster and beat over it. But it was a very powerful card. And so I played Pegasus mixed with Joey for a while, then I got the two original starter decks, Yugi and Kaiba. Then I got some packs from Metal Raiders, Blue Eyes, and Pharaoh's Servant, and Magic Rulers. And I started building up my stuff. Yeah, but this was the original pack that got me into the game. Personal Holy Grail goal. Now, Rainbow Neos is my Holy Grail technically, because it's my favorite card ever. But it's not the card that is my Holy Grail. It's the Rainbow Dragon Misprint Chaos Neos. I'll try to get some pictures for you guys. So, my Holy Grail of Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually consists of 4 cards. I need all 4 of them for the Holy Grail to be completed. And I already have a plastic or acrylic display case thing that has 4 cards in it, just because I want to be able to put all 4 of those in there. I don't care if they're graded or not, I just want them. So there is the Rainbow Dragon right here, the name, as a ghost rare with all of its effects and stuff like that, but it's the artwork from Rainbow, not Rainbow, but Chaos Neos. So this came out in Tactical Evolutions, but it had the artwork from Gladiator's Assault's Chaos Neos. So this is 1/4 or 1/4 of my goal. The next quarter is basically the opposite. It's basically the opposite. This was also not a very easy card to find. Rainbow Dragon, the name, on a ghost rare Gladiator's Assault, Elemental Hero Chaos Neos. So it's like the opposite. Instead of just the bad image, it's just the bad name. So these two are like light and darkness. They're counterparts, and I want both of them to be together to consider it the Holy Grail. But I would also need to have Rainbow Neos with it because, well, I mean, it's not linked to it, but it is linked to it in my heart. And obviously, I would need also a Rainbow Dragon Ghost, which would look like this. And this is not going to be easy to accomplish. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but more than a handful of people have it. They have the Holy Four together. But I need all four of these together to actually count it as the Holy Grail. I would even go as far as saying that I would like to have Chaos Neos as well, without any misprints on it. So to make it the Holy Five, I guess. This guy right here. So, like, these five together would be my Holy Grail. Although these four are the goal, this would be an extra that I would like to have. Probably instead of this, I would put this here. So these are my Holy Grail 4. So I would put all four of these together in the one acrylic display that I mentioned earlier. And I would put this one right next to it on the side in a specific acrylic thing for itself. So yeah. At this point, this is what I consider to be the Holy Grail in my Yu-Gi-Oh collection, if I could ever get my hands on all of them. It's not going to be easy, but I have 1 out of 5, and I have this one in Japanese Ghost. So I guess it counts, but it doesn't really count, but it counts. These two are very, very, very difficult to get, and this one is just expensive as hell, just like these two, but a little less. Still very expensive. But yeah, you know, that's the Holy Grail for me. It's not even related to Metal Raiders. It's not related to Pegasus. It's not related to Ghost Ogre or Ultimate Rares. Not even Control type or anything. It's just, it is what it is, man. I just gotta get them. I love them. I mean, you know, sometimes just like something without having any reason for it. They're just cool. Okay, so now we're down to our 3 final tiles, the bonus tiles. The set that brought me back into the game. Well, that's pretty easy. I've mentioned it before today. We have Crossed Souls. This set, I have opened very big amounts of packs from this set in my previous channel. I've opened so many trying to accomplish a challenge, which was basically me trying to get this guy as a ghost rare. I ended up being able to do it by opening some special editions, but like the booster box itself, I've opened at least a case and a half, and some special editions I've opened like 3 displays. So that was a very stupid investment overall. But I got myself a lot of Ghost Ogre and Still Rabbits secret rares. I got myself 1 Ghost Rare. I got a lot of other cool stuff. Some Ultimate Rares, some secret rares and stuff like that. This set had a lot of very cool stuff in it. And when this released, I wasn't playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At that time. I was on a hiatus because I stopped playing around early Zexal. Like, the starter deck with the Utopia on it came out, and I stopped. Like, I didn't even buy it. I just stopped. High school began, stuff like that. I just decided to quit the game. I would focus more on Warhammer because Figs was a little more mature than cards. But I didn't really want to sell everything. I kept my cards, but I just didn't play anything anymore. And eventually, I decided to just dip my toe again, and this was the set that got me back into it. It had synchros coming back strong, and I loved synchro era. It had some dragons, it had Ghost Ogre, which was awesome, and there were ghost rares as well and stuff like that. So I got myself a box. I opened it with my girlfriend back then, and we enjoyed it, and it was pretty fun. And so, with time, I started buying some other packs. I tried to make a Cosmo deck that included this because Psychic, and it was working with Emergency Teleport and stuff like that, so I could make my synchros if I couldn't use the big monsters on board. Because at that time, there weren't dark Cosmos. There were only light Cosmos, like the first wave of Cosmos. I was using this, Honest, and the 3 or 4 Light Cosmos that existed back then. And that was it. That was the deck. That was a fun deck, though. But, times are times. Times change, and the deck is shit nowadays. But, that's what got me back into the game. This set right here. So, thank you, Crossed Souls, because without you, we wouldn't have this channel right now. Basically. We wouldn't have me being into the game anymore. Bonus, the best card in my collection. This one's a tough one. This one is a very tough one. The best card in my collection. Like, personal feelings, I would say it's the Ghost Rare Rainbow Neos, first edition that I own. But, I also have a Magician's Force Dark Magician Girl, which is considered to be one of the big cards that every collector wants. It's not first edition, but it's still worth a few $100s for sure, which is close to what Neos is worth as well. I also own a Japanese movie promo, Dark Magician Girl 20th Anniversary, that was very limited run. That card is worth a lot more than those 2 other cards that I mentioned, so obviously that could be considered the best card in my collection. But I also own an envelope from the World Championships that has been kept sealed, but there are 2 promo cards in there. Thing is, that's not one best card in my collection. That's basically 2 cards. But the sealed item is worth like $1,000 now, which is more than, any other cards that I own in Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's very difficult to say. I think I will go with the Dark Magician Girl, because 2 of the options that I've mentioned were Dark Magician Girl. But I will go with the 20th Anniversary Japanese one, because it is beautiful, and it's worth more than the English version. Wait, why can't... Copy paste, come on. There we go. Oh my god, that's a huge freaking picture. Let me get that back up right here, right there. Right here and there, right there. Okay, come on. Picture is still humongous. I said humongous, not Among Us. Don't start memeing on me, guys. But yeah, this is the card that I'm talking about. This came with the dual memory something disc or DVD or movie. Dual memory movie disc or whatever. Anyways, it was a movie. It was a DVD that compiled the best moments of every duelist main character's lives, and Kaiba, which was hilarious. I mean, it's basically all the main characters, but there are also the Kaiba best moments, and that was stupid, but it's awesome. Kaiba's so rich and so badass that he just had to be included in the main character's memoriam disc. But yeah, this was the promo in there. It was originally worth like $100 or $120. It rose to like $600 at some point. I'm not quite sure how much it's worth nowadays. I could check, actually. I could check. Let's go on eBay. Dark Magician Girl 20th Anniversary DMMD. And it didn't work. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's still around $600 Canadian. Some people are selling it higher, some people are selling it lower. A sealed one is between 800 to 900 Canadian. So yeah, that is a very expensive card, a very collectible card, a very beautiful card. 20th Anniversary is a very cool rarity. It's not as close to my heart as Ultimate Rares, but it's still a very cool rarity. It's very collectible. I love 20th Anniversary stuff. And yeah, so I guess this should be the best card in my collection for Yu-Gi-Oh! Best single card, not the best item, because I have some items that are more interesting than a card. Anyways, so my last bonus, deck you won the most events with. Now this is an interesting one as well. I love frogs, I love control, I love my Melfies, I've played Pegasus, I've played Black Wings in the past, I've played Synchro Pam. I've played Cosmos. I've played a lot of decks, like so many decks. I've played Gravekeepers. I played so many things. Like I've been playing the game for so long, man. Over a decade invested in the game. But the deck that I won the most events with is nothing, like nothing at all related to my type of play. It's not control based. As stupid as it sounds, it's not control based at all. The deck that I won the most tournaments with, and I'm talking about tournaments, like not just casual games, it was Machina. Specifically the 5Ds era Machina Mayhem structure deck. I used this 3 times, mixed with a few staples from back then, like the ones from the Marek structure deck and stuff like that, to get my hands on the Mirror Force and a few better staples and stuff like that. I included some synchros with a little bit of tuners in there, because there was a tuner union machine monster that was like level 1 or 2 or whatever that I could easily equip to them and get something out of it. Anyways, this was the deck that I used to win games the most with. I was able to defeat so many good decks from the days with it, and I got first place, I think, like 3 or 4 weeks in a row at the local store I went to for events, and those events were like 20 plus people every time, and I was amongst the 3 youngest people in the game at that time at that place. And I won a lot of games with this. Like, I wasn't 100% winning, but I got first place so many times. In like 3 months, so like 12 games, I guess, because, 4 weeks, 1 game, 1 tournament per week. So in 12 events, I finished 3 or 4 times first, at least 3 times second. So that's over a 50% top 2 rate. And I don't remember third place and stuff like that, but, and I also even won some Hobby League pin back then with that deck, basically. That was my deck that I was the best at, and at some point other people started playing it as well, because back then people didn't really like to play the same deck as other people at events, unless that was the tier 1 deck at that time. But anyways, yeah, so this was my deck. This was the one that I won the most events, legit events with. And yeah, it's just so surprising because it has nothing to do with control. It has nothing to do with ultimate or ghost rares. It has nothing to do with my origin story of the game or my favorite set, although it did have a Mirror Force in it, but that's not in the structure deck. That's from, my personal collection that I added into it. But yeah, it is what it is. Life isn't always easy. It's not always a straight line. Sometimes you have some peculiar situations, and sometimes you have some fun little stories like this. So yeah, those are my 2 grids. Now, just before we end the stream, I will be opening 1 Yu-Gi-Oh pack. The King's Court pack with, on top of it, the new Queen thing. The new Queen Knight. It's not Queen's Knight, but it's a new version thing. So let's open it, and let's see what we have. We have Rivalry of the Warlords. We have Reinforcement of the Army. 2 very good staples already. We have Baxia, Brightness of the Yangzing. I have no clue if that's good or not. We have Jack's Knight, very classic stuff. Tithe of the Brethren, another good staple. We have ZW, or ZW, depending on where you live. Tornado Bringer. And our final card is Super Rare Rose Princess. Not bad. I think it's 1 super per pack. I'm not sure at this point. But we got a super, and it's Rose Princess. Not a bad card for Plants decks, if I remember correctly. It's a free special summon, and you get bonus stuff like a tuner and stuff like that. So it's not a bad card. So yeah, I guess this concludes today's stream. I'm really sorry for you guys out there who lost the stream when it was interrupted by my internet connectivity problems. I'm also sorry If I lost the first half, because basically I went real quick over stuff in my second half. So you know, I really meant to do well, but I am very tired at the moment, and I've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes total right now. So yeah, I mean, maybe eventually we'll do more story times. If in the comment section down below you guys write more, you want to see more, you want to have some more stories from my decades plural of trading card game collecting, mention it. Just mention it. I'll gladly answer. I have a lot of stories to tell. I have a lot of nostalgia to share, and I have a lot of knowledge about the game, about the commercials, about everything related to Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. I have some knowledge that a lot of new people wouldn't know about those things. Like, I'm pretty confident not a lot of people out there know about this item that I'm showing on. What you guys are not seeing what I'm displaying right now. But like the Pokemon EX Deoxys little cardboard thing that I showed earlier, pretty confident not a lot of people from the new fan generations know about that. Or a lot of people just don't know that some promos exist or some specific decks existed in the past and stuff like that. You know, I have knowledge. Might as well share it. Might as well teach you guys some stuff. Might as well share and enjoy and spread the love and the word, you know? And yeah, so let's conclude it on that high note. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And if you want to see more, well, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe. Do whatever, as long as it's free, right? And enjoy. See you guys next time. Ciao.